Yeah, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Sharkazak, Yasha Allah, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, Shabbat Shalom. Just waiting some more brothers and sisters to come on. And remember, as soon as they come on, just subscribe and like for me, please. Because you know Esau fighting against all these channels. All right, somebody subscribe already. Tawada for that. Tawada. We just sent out some more shares. Yeah, Shabbat Shalom, brothers and sisters. We have something very interesting to go over tonight. Want to give all praises and honor to the Most High Yahweh and to His only begotten Son, Amashiach Yahweh Shaiman. So, as I said, we reach far in the prophecies, brothers and sisters. Um, reach far. You understand me? Iran, Shalom, 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 sisters. Yes. So as I said, just remember to subscribe, share, and like the video because the new channel they black already. So that's why I make more than one now. So they fighting, but we just have to keep fighting to push this word too. So we said Shabbat Shalom and blessed love to brothers and sisters. It's a lot of things going on in the world, brothers and sisters. There's a lot. You understand me? So we want to give the Most High praises and thanks He gave us highs. I remember Yahushai came and Yahushai said, eyes they have and they see not, ears they have and they hear not. So we want to give thanks for the Most High to give us ears and eyes. You understand me? Chester, blessed love, brother. So we just want to go forward and I hope you brothers and sisters being safe in the so-called quarantine. Get yourself some rest, man. You understand me? Um, I what they're about to do next, I don't know. So everything from this point is just speculation. You understand me? But brothers and sisters, your support is needed too. And for brothers and sisters out there, if you need any help, don't hesitate to ask. You understand me? So we know it's rough on everybody out there. So any help or anything you need, don't feel hesitate to ask. And if you're working or you can contribute towards a program, towards a ministry, please do so also, right? So we're going to tonight. What we're going to discuss tonight is in the so-called Middle East in Israel. It's a heat wave of degree. You understand me? So with the 109-degree, they suspended the face mask. Yeah, over there in Israel, suspend the face mask. It was 106-degree in Turkey too. They also suspend the face mask. So let's see what America still doing with the face mask. Because the face mask cannot make us be healthy, man. I know you have some camp running around telling about obey the law of the land. But brothers and sisters, if you think that piece of blue like a cloud face mask won't protect you, you don't know the God you're praising, man. You understand me? So we obey the law in righteousness in our land, man. You understand me? They free it up, say marijuana is not legal anymore. So what? You going to obey the law of the land and go smoke? You understand me? We was utilizing herbs for generation, man. We don't have to make the white man tell us to give us processed marijuana for us to say, okay, we're going to tap into the herbs now. You understand me? So we obey the law in righteousness, right? So as I said, the face mask, it's a big loop found in it, right? So Israel suspended and they have to close school. It was heat wave. everything over there. And Israel, they forming a one world government. I don't know how many people watching the news, but as brothers and sisters know, I travel in that region, and the prophecy is starting over there in Israel, man. It starts over there, it's ending over there, man. You understand me? So that's why Yahushua is saying leading all military over there to the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. And he said they're gonna plead with them for you. You understand me? The only thing coming to America is Revelation 18:21, man. That great stone gonna drop and said, thus with violence, this great city Babylon be thrown down, man. You understand me? So the whole prophecy is starting in over there in Israel, man, in our land, man. You understand me? So now Iran came out today, man, and Iran came out today was swinging, man. Iran came out with bat swinging. So, brothers and sisters, remember, as soon as they come on, just subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video, right? So, I'm going to read, it's too far, what the Iranian leader said, right? So, I'm just going to read some, because I said what Iran did today was scriptural, man. You understand me? That's why when I read in Jeremiah, the Most High says Cyrus was his anointed. So I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to explain it along with some scriptures. So this was on the news today. So he said Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has denounced Israel as a cancerous tumor in the Middle East that must be uprooted and removed with a holy war by the Palestine. So if you notice what Israel did, Israel go against some peace treaty in Palestine, man, where they say, listen, man, they're not going by the treaty what the so-called United Nations form. So when they Netanyahu set up this one-party government now, so the opposition that used to run with him, he put the opposition in the position of minister of security. You understand me? So what they're basically doing now is like a dictatorship. It's like Israel going communist, right? So now what they're doing, they're forcing the so-called Palestine out of land that UN signed for them. But it's not the Palestine land, it's not the Israeli land. So I'm just here for the entertainment. But now the Iranian leader came out and said, Israel is like a cancerous tumor in the Middle East, which must be stopped. So the leader came out today, you understand me, and said it's time for a holy war, man. So if you notice, Palestine leader Hamas cut all ties with Israel and America. Just Google what I'm saying. It's on the news. But they talk about the coronavirus so much, you're not seeing it. You understand me? So Hamas, so now for brothers and sisters who visit to the land of Israel like myself, along with other brothers and sisters, we're going to West Bank. I know it was only me, Barack, and Carter Zala went to the West Bank. Yeah, that's it, right? Yeah, I think it's only 3 of us went over there to the West Bank region. So when I go over there, Palestine control that region, man. So now Israel said, no, they're going to take it over. That's where the Church of Nativity is. You understand me? So now the Iranian leader came out and said, he has denounced Israel as a cancerous tumor in the Middle East and must be uprooted and removed with a holy war by the Palestine. So if the Iranian leader come up now and said these people are not the true Jews, because I said not one Arab country admit that the so-called white man in Israel is a Jew. Not one, not even Egypt, not even Jordan. So if they said these people are not the true Jews, who are the true Jews, brothers and sisters? So now, if they were the true Jews, why would the Iranian leader come up and say they were a cancerous tumor that must be uprooted? So if the Iranian leader came out and said this, I'm going to read that. In a speech Friday on state TV, Khamenei described the occupation of Palestine and the explosion of millions of people from their land as a unique crime in the world history. So what Israel do? So Israel taking the whole land, man. So they're pushing all those millions of people. You know where they're pushing them back? Jordan. Because before 1901, when the British took over that region of so-called Jerusalem today, it was run by the Jordanian government. That's who the British fight and took it from, the Jordanian government. And they did that in September 1901 with a general from New Zealand who took that region. So what Israel doing now, they some come up to with some peace treaty, but it was never peace there. So what Israel do now, Israel say, okay, we're pushing all you back people back down into Jordan, man, and take over that region. So now the Iranian leader, he said more. What he says is remarkable, man. He spoke on Al-Qaeda's Day, which commemorate Israel occupation of Eastern Jerusalem through the Six-Day War in 1967. Al-Qaeda is the Arabic name. Al-Quds is the Arabic name for Jerusalem. So if you notice about the 1967 war, the Six-Day War, let me teach you some history and Google what I'm saying. You understand me? 1959, Martin Luther King went to Israel on a trip to India. Martin Luther King, just Google Martin Luther King in Israel 1959. You'll see all the details pop up. So 1959, Martin Luther King went to India and Gandhi bring him from India to Iran, not to Iran, to Jordan. You understand me? So Gandhi bring Martin Luther King from India to Jordan. So when he go there and meet Jordan, he meet King Abdul the First. When he meet King Abdul the First, King Abdul said, listen, I see you fighting in America. I see you marching in America. Nothing be done. You know what King Abdul tell Martin Luther King? Come and take Arad. Where you see in Israel, you hear they call Arad, the Dead Sea region, all of that region. King Abdul from Jordan gave it to Martin Luther King, man. But as I said, Martin, that's why you cannot trust your enemy. Because Martin Luther King was close to Jewish people. So when the king gave him that 1959, says, listen, stop marching America, man. Bring back your people and take this land here. You know what Israel did? 1961, Israel went and they defeated, not Israel, America and England. Because those white people are not Israeli. You understand me? 1961, England and America went and they fight the king of Jordan and took over the whole region of Arad, man, and start bring European scavengers in that land, man. You understand me? That's what they did. And then 1967, now they have the Six-Day War where they take over certain other territory in that region, man. So now they're doing the same thing now, right? So I have more for what he said. So he said, Iran, so no, this is the news. So the news said, Iran had provoked international criticism earlier this week. Iran never provoked nobody, man. Iranians speak the truth. Iranians speak the truth, man. They never provoke nobody. To hell with you so-called white people, man. To hell with Trump, that old boy named Biden. But Biden tell you plain, if you don't vote for him, you're not considered as black people, man. Racist old demons, man. Still, old boy, still dictating to black people. Want to tell black people what to do. Why never tell the white people if you vote for Trump, you're a redneck? No, he never tell white people that. But he said, if you don't vote for me, you're not a black people, you're not black. So these old crackers still want to dictate to black people, man, what to do. But he's not going to dictate to white people. And you see you black people in politics voting, the Most High going to put you out to death, man. Then Christianity praising this white man God, the Most High going to put you to death, man. So let's read on. So he said, Iran had provoked international criticism earlier this week with a cartoon calling Freedom for Palestine that shows Jerusalem Temple Mount and the words, the final solution, resisting until referendum. So Iranian put up, they have cartoon on the TV over there, man, mocking Israel and defending the Palestine people, man, right? German Nazi regime referred to its plan for murdering millions of Jews with the phrase final solution. So now the German used the phrase final solution. So now Iran get up and they said, no, it's a final solution. So black brothers and sisters, what you have to say about that? Here go Iran. They use the same phrase, and Hitler never killed no millions of you. Demonic beast. Understand me? Hitler never killed no million of you, man. That's why the scripture said, that's why Iranian leaders said, you're what? Cancerous tumor in the earth, man. It's like a disease. You go around and terrorize people, you rob people land. You understand me? So now Iran use the same quote what Hitler said, final solution. Priest, Shalom priest. So now Hitler said it's a final solution. So that's a quote what we can use. It's a final solution, man. Because either we're going to lie down and let these people run over us, or we're going to stand for something now. Because what this showing now, this showing just like when the children of Israel in Egypt, Pharaoh said, listen, man, if an army, which was Ethiopian, come to invade Egypt, man, the children of Israel are going to join up with the Ethiopian force to overthrow us, man. So now we have to make our stand where we at. And I said, I'm jumping on the bandwagon, man. Final solution, man. So all you brothers and sisters who are watching, put it up on your Facebook, man. Final solution, man. Because the scripture said the saints shall take the kingdom, man. Because what we got next. Esau's kingdom is finished, man. They're harming themselves, but they don't know the Most High say I'm going to put them in derision, man. They don't know the Most High. All this is part of the Most High plan, man. And even for Iranian leader to come out and say this now, it tell you, when Iranian leader come out and say Israel is like a cancerous tumor, it tell you everybody tired of white people except black people, man. That's Joe Biden came doing an interview with a black man, which was Charlemagne, which is a sodomite anyway. And he can said on it, the God, Shalom, Shalom King, and he can said if any black man vote for Trump, he's not black. Who the hell is Joe Biden? Old junkie, cokehead, crackhead. Right? So let's finish read this. God, the Iranian leader said more. Kamamani tweeted that Iran support any nation or group that oppose and fought Israel's Zionist regime. See what the Iranian leader said? He'll support any group or nation that go against those Zionist regime. Right? So I'll read it again. Kamani tweeted that Iran support any nation or group that oppose and fought Israel's Zionist regime, right? And extol Tehran supplying of weapons to Palestine group. So what he said is, any group or any man who stand up and go against Israel, he's going to support them. So now he's calling Boko Haram, he's calling Hezbollah, you understand me? He's calling all those group up there in Syria and all these places in the so-called Middle East now, man. You understand me? So now, even if we want to be a part of it, he says support us. He's saying support any group that go against them. But this ain't for the faint-hearted. This is for the strong. Because that's why when Moses left, Moses was dealing with nations, man. Moses went up there to Ethiopia and went up there to the Persian. Remember, Moses' father-in-law, Jethro, what tribe was he? You understand me? So now he said, Kamani tweet that Iran support any nation or group that oppose and fought Israel's Zionist regime, right? And extol Tehran's supply of weapons to Palestine group. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu tweeted on Wednesday that Kamani threats, right, were racists of the Nazi plans for the annihilation of the Jewish people. Listen, Netanyahu, you use the word, what the word? Annihilation. I didn't even know I could pronounce it so good. God gonna annihilate you off the face of the earth. You understand me? The Most High gonna destroy you people off the face of this earth. That's why Yahushua, so when he come and he go through Basra, he said the horse when be riding through blood. But what is going on here, my brothers and sisters, is they use this COVID-19, this coronavirus, to tell you that everything is good. I see the brother Chester put up there that Iranian have ships surrounding Venezuela, man. Because Trump say surrounded Venezuela with plane, and Iran said, Venezuela, what? I'm coming. This is the final solution, brothers and sisters. This is the final war. This is it. So you brothers and sisters, prepare yourself. Let the weak say, I'm weak no more. 2 Ezra 14:14. Let the weak say, no, I'm strong. Because what the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, want to do to this earth, brothers and sisters. I remember about 8 years ago, Ahmed Majad, he buy some weapon from Russia, man. Sorry. And when he buy, he call it the ambassador of peace, and he have it pointed on Iran, man. So the nation ready, the Most High ready. That's why last week I read Ecclesiasticus, man. It says a time and a season for everything. We as brothers and sisters, we in the season of getting ourselves right to meet our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Yahushai. And brace ourselves for the worst. Brace ourselves for the worst, because war is coming, man. You understand me? And brothers and sisters who just came on, remember to subscribe and share the video and press the like button. When they do that, more people get to see it, right? So as I said, the news, the Iranian supreme leader said Israel is as a cancerous tumor in the Middle East, man, and he's calling for a holy war. We need to be fast and pray, man, for our land, man. We need, because what happened is Iran gonna push, but they're gonna defeat him. And go to Daniel 11. Daniel 11 chapter, right? And start at verse. Oh boy. Daniel, start from verse 40. I might go up, I might go down. Right? Daniel 11 verse 40 said, and at the time of the end, which what we know the end, right? It said, shall the king of the south push at him? So, all right, let's start from let's start from 35. And some of them understand shall fall, right? To try them, to purge, and to make them white, even at the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed. So now all this what we're reading in Daniel 11, he said the time of the end, man, which we know the end, right? And it tell you about the Antichrist when he came, what he gonna do, right? And he said, 36, and the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself, that's the Antichrist, and magnify himself above every power, and shall speak marvelous things against the Most High, right? And shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done. Neither shall he regard the power of his father, nor the desire of woman, nor regard any power, for he shall magnify himself above all. So the Antichrist, he might be a sodomite, man. He ain't gonna desire no woman, and he ain't coming to praise Jesus or none of this stuff, man. Because he's that man now. So you're not gonna desire none of those fake God that his poor parents call upon, man. right? Because this is the son of perdition revealed, what you read in 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 2, man. Right? Verse 38. But in his estate shall he honor the power of forces, which is Satan, and a power whom his father knew not, shall he honor with gold, silver, and with precious stones and pleasant things. Thus shall he do in the most strongholds with a strange power, whom he shall acknowledge and increase with glory, and he shall cause them to rule over many, and shall divide the land for gain. Verse 40. And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him. Right? So the Most High said, two countries going to push at the Antichrist. He said, the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him. So he said, the king of the south and the king of the north. When I read Daniel 10, Daniel will tell you that's Iran and Syria. They're going to be the one that push at him. They're going to be the one who take military and say, no, we have to stop him. That's why you see those white people in Syria, but they don't conquer Syria yet. So when the Antichrist stand up on the earth, it's only two countries going to be able to push at him, man. They can't go and conquer everybody else. So he said the country from the south to the north go and push at him. Right? Like a whirlwind with chariots and with horsemen and with many ships, and he shall enter into the countries and shall overflow and pass over. So what he do, he gonna destroy them. So Iran going to put up a fight. You understand me? Because when the Antichrist come, he's going to base in Israel, man. So Iran going to try, Syria going to try. They're going to put up a fight, man. Because remember, the people in Iran today are Elamites, man. So when the Jewish people come out and talk about anti-Semitic, like they take the whole of Shem for themselves, man. How they be anti-Semitic? And Shem's first son was Elam, man. We Semitic too. Police killing us on the street in America, that's anti-Semitic, man. Right, 41. He shall enter also into the glorious land. So this is now he's walking into Israel, and many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon. And a lot of people think this is going to be the safe haven. I said this country not going to invade because he's going to come out this region. So-called white man is like, he's from Jordan, that's his land. So when Jordan going to be subdued to him, because even today you're looking at Jordan and Egypt is the only two Arab countries that sign allegiance with these so-called white people. You understand me? So there's no need to invade Jordan here. When Jordan and Egypt done, sign allegiance with them, man. But he said, land, this country of the south and the north, going to push against him with great army, great chariots. But he said, Satan going to overcome, man. So brothers and sisters, we have to gear ourselves up, man. Right? So go to Revelation 12, man. So you see, Iran seat, man. Just like how Jethro could tell Moses, say, Moses, these black people going to kill you. Set up rank, set up change of command. Moses, listen. Because when you read Proverbs 8 chapter, I tell you, that's what a wise man do, man. Proverbs said, don't warn a foolish man, man. Because you reprove a foolish man, he's going to hate you. But Jethro pulled Moses one side and said, Moses, set up men, set up elders, get 70 elders, set up governors. And Moses did. So you see the Iranian leader come out and say that? They know what's going on, man. So they have you locked in your house, man, cripple you. I'm in the house, I have to come out and walk, man. Because you're in the house, your bone feel weak, you're tired like you're working, man. So you have to come out the house, walk, exercise, do something. That they have you in the house to cripple you, man. And every time you turn on TV, COVID-19, COVID-19. Listen, man, to hell with COVID-19, man. I spoke with doctors, man, and the doctor said they still don't find the cure for flu. Every year people catch a flu. There's no vaccine for a flu. Oh, where are going to get vaccine from for COVID-19, man? So these people have agendas, brothers and sisters. So that's why we have to jump on the bandwagon, man. Final solution. Yeah, Shara, Shalom, Shara. You here? You can share some of your information in the comment too, man. Went to a doctor to take a physical, man. I was reasoning with the doctor, man. The doctor said, listen, man, there's no cure for flu. Oh, you might find cure for flu. So the doctor said, if there's no cure for flu, and flu been around for generation, how they going to find one for COVID-19, man? So it's agenda, it's things they're hiding from us, black brothers and sisters. And you have the old boy Joe Biden come on TV talk about if you don't vote for him, you're not black. Then what we're going to be, nigger? If we don't vote for him, we're not going to be black, but we're going to be a nigger then, right? Yeah, there's no cure for this virus. You can't find cure for virus, man. We don't have to be a doctor to do that. Build your immune system up. Strengthen your immune system. Because if you die of COVID-19, let Yahweh will be done, man. The scripture tell you, man, Yahweh is our protector, man. I'm going to read that in Psalms 27 too, man. When even mother or father turn them back on you, Yahweh have you, man. Where's your faith? Make them lock you in some goddamn house. Brainwash you, man. So we said to hell with the white man and his face mask and his vaccine. Bill Gates, the little ape-looking children and your wife look like a Komodo dragon. Go give them that vaccine, man. We see what you do in Africa with that vaccine, man. Because y'all working for Satan, man. Right? So Revelation 12, verse 12. Very important. Go with Daniel 11, chapter, what I just read. Right? Therefore, rejoice ye heavens, and he that dwell in them. He said, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So when he said woe, you mean destruction. I know you brothers, when you see woe, you see one woe pass and the next woe happen. You say that's World War I, World War II, World War III coming. Listen, when was World War I? Brothers and sisters, that's white people doctrine, man. Where the scripture tell you about World War I, man? Just like oh, you all run around with it, and y'all run around and said, Russia going bomb America. Where in the scripture is Russia going bomb America? Because the white man who run Russia is Esau, the white man who run America is Esau. The Bible said nation shall go against nation, man. Kingdom against kingdom. America and Russia is the same nation, man. Right? And Cartazala says not the virus that kills, it's the bacteria. So it's all have to do with your health. Build yourself up, man. And don't go to the doctor. It's a doctor killing in Cartazala. If they stay at the house, they could fight the bacteria. But when you go to doctor and then push something down in the nose, man, that's what killing you, man. So you're safer than go to the doctor, man. So as I said, with the war here, when John write this, who was ruling? Who was in power when John the Revelator write this? The Romans. So the Romans lose power. Because what? They had them and Turks took them down, man. So that wasn't considered a world war with a great empire like the Roman Empire being destroyed. What about the wars with the Crusaders? That was never considered as war. But World War started in 1900 with some sodomite white boy in Europe fighting, man. Black people fight every day, brother. That ain't no world war. The war is destruction, man. When you see Rome destroyed, that's one war pass, man. One destruction pass. When you see England destroy, man, that's the next war also, man. When you see the angel took the great millstone, and drop it and said, thus with violence that great city America be destroyed. And brothers, the talk about America is Saudi Arabia. Some of you on crack, man. Some of you lose your damn mind, man. Like Saudi Arabia influencing the world. Like your brothers and sisters, your mother and father praising Allah. Some of you need to put the crack pipe down, brothers, man. America is the one who influences the world. The scripture said Babylon is the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. You think you can go, you think RuPaul can have a show on TV and VH1 in Saudi Arabia, man? They find him and they burn his at the same time down there, man. So the earth not drinking off of the wine of Arabia, man. So you brothers need to stop that, man. Why y'all taking up for America filthiness, man, and wickedness? That's other white man doctrine, man. Because the white man don't want to teach America going to be destroyed. So he says, Mecca. Most are going to destroy both of them. But America is Babylon the Great. That great whore that God going to destroy. So Revelation 12, verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child. So the dragon see that its time is done. Coronavirus, as soon as it come to America, they put it in the black community. So whatever they do, they blame us for it, brothers. So white people see that their time is up on the earth, man. What they do, they persecute the children of Israel, man. It's hard of who is going harder for? When all this hope and open up, 4 more years of Trump, who is gonna be easier for? If Biden come in, remember, Biden tell you if you don't vote for him, what you be already. 4 years of him, the junkie, what we gonna get from it? Verse 14. And the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place. So when the Antichrist come on the scene, that's why I said, he's saying, when step into the glorious land. So when he going to Israel, what he going to do? He going to persecute the Israelites that in Israel, man. So he said, when he go for them to persecute them, the Most High give them 2 wings, meaning they're going to flee where? Into the wilderness, into her place, man, where she's nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent. So when some of these Israelites see the Antichrist come and they see the desolation put up in Jerusalem, what they're going to do, they're going to flee to the wilderness. Some of them going to flee. The one that stay going to die. When they read the book of Josephus tells the wilderness raining manna until this day for children to return. So when the Antichrist is going to the glorious land, man, he's going to go there and persecute for the woman, man. Right? Verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away in the flood. So when he see the children of Israel fled in the wilderness, what he do? He start drop bombs and all that stuff after them, man. That's what he start to do. Send his military. All of that he's doing. Just like you read in Daniel, he have a great army, man. Verse 16. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened up her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. So that's why you look and see Israel, what Israel become. A wilderness, man. So when he drop his bomb and all that stuff, the earth gonna absolve it, man. Just like when Mussolini dropped his bomb down in Ethiopia. A lot of them never shall, man. When they drop on the dirt, he just stay there. Just like even in Vietnam today, you still have mine blasting up. But the white men drop, they never explore, man. So what they do when they drop all this, he said the earth help him. The earth why swallow them up, man. Absolve them for us to have a safe passage to go through, man. As what Cartizala say, a swift deliverance, man. Right? Verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman. So when he over there in Israel and he see the woman get away, the children of Israel, he was mad, brothers and sisters. He was angry, right? And went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments. So then he went go in the four parts of the world and find the rest that keep the commandments to make war with. So this is entitled Jacob's 7 years tribulation, man. 3.5 years great tribulation, man. Just imagine you're on the earth running from the Antichrist, man, for your belief and what you stand for, right? Which keep the commandments of the Most High and of the testimony of a Mashiach Yahushua, man. So, brothers and sisters, the moral of this hard time coming, man. You understand me? And Iran, apart from the Most High Yahweh, Iran and Syria is the only two force that want to step up against him this day. But he's going to overcome them. So our salvation is not there. So that's why we have to stay where our salvation is at, man. You understand me? And get Deuteronomy 6. Sinkhole and storms. Definitely. Right? Deuteronomy 6, verse 1. It said, no, these are the commandments and the statutes that he might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it. That thou mayest fear the Most High thy power, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I commanded thee this day. Thou and thy son and thy son's son, all the days of thy life, that the days may be prolonged. So the Most High said, wherever we go, we have to do what? Do the word of him, man. Teach them to our children, man. Right? Verse 3. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that he may increase mightily, as the Most High power of thy fathers are promised thee, in the land that floweth with milk and honey. So we're going back home. Verse 4 say, hear, O Israel, Yahweh our power is one. Right? He said, and thou shalt love the Most High thy power with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I commanded thee this day shall be in thine heart. So the word what the Most High commanded us gonna be in our heart. This is Deuteronomy 6, verse 5. Read verse 5 again. And thou shalt love the Most High thy power with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I commanded thee this day shall be in thine heart. So the word of God have to be in our heart, brothers and sisters, because they're going to take this again. They're going to take it again, brothers. The Bible. They're going to take it again. Because the homosexual want to change it already, man. Because I said they set the stage for the Antichrist, man. I said when he come, he's not going to desire a woman. So he's coming way down on the left-hand side, man. They pull him out of Sodom. You understand me? I don't know the king of Sodom when Lot was there, but they bringing him back. They bringing back that spirit, right? And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. So that's why God said he's a jealous God, brothers and sisters. So he wants us to talk about him. He wants us to talk about him and his word and his laws, man. So you may lie down in your bed with your wife. Talk about the Most High glorious work, man. Talk about how gracious and generous the Heavenly Father is, man. To send his only begotten son to die for us, man. And we don't even deserve it. Because his son come and what did we do? We murder him, man. We turn our back on him, man. We turn our back on what? The fountain of living water, man. Right? Get St. John 5, St. John 1, verse 5, man. I was going to go into something else, but it's too much, so I'm going to do it in the morning. Right? So as I said, go do your research, man, and see what's going on. See how Iran ready, gearing up. What is Israel, America, Europe, and the great Esau military, man, they're going to overthrow them. You understand me? And out of the midst of that, you're going to see Satan rise. You're going to see the son of perdition rise, man. Right? So this is St. John 1 verse 5. And he said, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehend it not. So this was when our ancestors was on the earth, man. Yahushua was the one there, man. Yahushua was that one light, man. But our people, they could not comprehend that light, brothers. So we don't make the same mistake. St. John 1 verse 5. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehend it. You understand me? So that's what's going on in the earth now. Just like you and myself, children of Israel, we are the light in the world, man. How much people you talk to from week who don't want to hear nothing about the Most High, man? Because you is that one light, man, and they in darkness. But the darkness that they're in, they cannot comprehend that light, brothers and sisters. So you think after this, after they open up everything, will be peace and smooth again, America will never be the same again. The earth will never be the same again. It's going back into a next recession. It's going back into a next recession, brothers and sisters. You understand me? So we have to gears up. We have to be power warrior now. You understand me? Our prayer warrior. You understand me? Our prayer have to mean something now. Because most of you when you pray, you read the Psalms and think that's a prayer. No, you have to talk to the Most High directly. Because what's about to come up on this earth, brothers and sisters? Why you think Yahushua said when he come back, I'm not even going to face you as a man? Because it's time for the Most High to judge this earth. But it's a good thing, brothers and sisters. Count it all joy. If some of us have to die, if we die with honor. Because we know the Most High is faithful to bring us back in the resurrection. If you don't have to die, don't lose your life foolishly. Eat properly. Don't drink too much abundant of alcohol. Because the Bible tell you about drunkard. And these alcohol is 100% of sugar, man. So don't destroy yourself before your time. Solomon tell you that. Why dies before thy time, young man? So we have to be smart in everything that we do. Because we don't know the day nor the hour or the time. If you're smoking, stop smoke, man. Don't destroy your temple, man. We have to take care of this temple now. We have to be strong. We have to take stuff to build our immune system. Because the toughest of the toughest going to survive. Because guess what? It's a final solution. Because what? Our redemption is near, man. In our own redemption, we can be fated-hearted, man. And the moral of this whole story is we have to grow our own damn food. We have to grow what we eat. We have to raise what we eat. I see videos with the white man tell you sheep vagina is the closest vagina to woman vagina. Who the hell tell you that? I never hear that until I come to America. Anybody grew up in the island? Have you ever heard your grandfather, great-grandfather mention that? But human vagina is the closest to sheep. Sheep vagina is the closest to man vagina. Oh, you know that. You know, they're making condom with sheep material and all this stuff. Because these people mess with the goats and the animal, man. You know sheep vagina is the closest to woman. I would never guess that. You ask me that who's vagina close to man vagina? I would say a next woman. You say a goddamn sheep. Oh, you know. They mess with these sheep. They put them in the store in the black community, man. You can't trust this beast. The Bible says brutish. The son that Cain, he have the seal of Cain upon him, man. He's a vagabond. So he run around the earth giving problem because a vagabond ain't judged yet. Nobody taking him up to trial yet. That's why the Bible tell you, man. The Bible tell you when we're going to chain his ass, man. Read Obadiah, we're going to chain him with nobles and feathers, man. Because they're perverse. So we have to be able to do stuff for ourselves, brothers and sisters. When we was on plantation, we was doing that. But everything is convenient now. You go to work, you're tired, you come in, you go to the store, you buy whatever you put in there, and you go and eat, and we do convenient, do stuff for ourselves. Read the apostles, man. Peter said, Yahushua, we give up all and follow you, man. But some of us still want to hold on to the world, brothers and sisters. So we have to be strong, brothers and sisters. You understand me? We have to be self-sufficient. You understand me? Able to do for ourselves. Some of you never kill a chicken in your life, man. What chicken you eat in your lifetime and never kill one? Just look at that. Right? So Judah, Benjamin, we end that already. So Judah, the rest of the tribe, I know Levi and that too. Issachar might be on that. So Judah, you need to come up and get and feed yourself too, man. Get it right, man. You understand me? So as I said, brothers and sisters, we're gonna have class tomorrow morning at 12. I'm gonna go in the Apocrypha and continue on this topic, man. You understand me? I'm gonna read out some history about Antiochus, man, that wicked seed, as the Bible calls him, man. Right? So, brothers and sisters, remember to subscribe and share this channel, man. You understand me? And brothers and sisters on Facebook, the YouTube site is Zion Ministry, man. So go on YouTube, type in Zion Ministry, subscribe, share, and like the video, man. Right? And brothers and sisters, thank you for taking in the class. We have to study. We have to put these prophecies in perspective. We have to put these scriptures in perspective. You understand me? And we have to see the time, as the scripture say, watch and pray. Right? And your donation is welcome. So Cartazala, you're going to put up the PayPal information and the Cashapp information. And as I said, no matter what you contribute, it's we give thanks for it. And brothers and sisters out there that need help or assistance, you understand me? Especially single mother. You understand me? If you need any help, don't hesitate to inbox me, email me, or let me know that you need help. Right? So Cartazala, you're going to put up the information. And any question before I go? It's a how I know. So any question, I'll answer a couple questions if you have any. Yeah, Jeremiah. They tried everything, man, in darkness, man. They're on the darkened side, man. I would never guess that. But I come to America and hear that. Right? So as I said, brothers and sisters, it's just that time that time that we know. Right? So we just have to stay strong. We have to be in prayer. So I guess we'll talk tomorrow then, brothers. So Shabbat Shalom, enjoy your Shabbat and be strong and stay in the spirit. We're going out on the street, go teach, be circumspect, and remember, limit that face mask, brothers and sisters. Don't be scared, man. Limit that face mask. And Cartazala just put the PayPal information up, right? And the Cashapp information. So just stay strong in the spirit, brothers, and whatever can donate, go ahead and just look for more lessons, watch for the prophecies. Okay, every day they're fulfilling, man. But all what I said tonight, go and Google it, man. Google what the Iranian spiritual leader have to say about Israel, man. Because I said everything's starting in the east. That's why the scripture telling Deuteronomy 28, they're going to move us far from our border. So they move, we don't even consider Israel. We just care about America, man. Who consider a day when you're not working no more, you're going to go back to your land, praise the Most High in the spirit and in truth, man. Right? So we have to consider the east. Everything will be over there. Right? So we said, enjoy your say Shabbat, brothers and sisters, and the Most High Yahweh shall be with you. And remember, tomorrow sundown is a new moon. Right? Tomorrow sundown is a new moon. Right? Shalom, shalom. And class tomorrow at 12.